Yeah, I saw the replay. I look really soft. It wasn't that bad of a turn, but it hurt.
Caitlin, after giving West Potas to those Windy City skyscrapers Friday night, what was the biggest wing thing you expected to find today in the shindig against these dynamos from Big D?
Get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of that.
Come on, get your questions in.
Maggie. Caitlin, we're going to begin right away. First question, third row in the center.
Hi, Caitlin. Maggie Hendricks with Olympics.com. Okay, you said you're going on vacation. Let's hear. What are the plans? What is not telling any of that? Okay.
Thank you. Caitlin, I have a question for you about the work you put in the gym and the practice facilities and obviously these last few games. I've noticed you've got some muscle growth in these recent games. How has it been to kind of adjust to the WNBA? Yeah, you got some good arms.
Yeah, I do. I think at times, like, yeah, I'm small, but like, I mean, I try to hold my own the best I can, and it's actually funny. We were playing live the other day, and I was backing down E-Dub, and E-Dub's like, man, I thought I was just gonna push you out of the way, but you're a little stronger than I thought. I was like, yeah, E-Dub, like, don't mess with me, like, but I don't know. I think like I'm discreetly strong. Like, I'm never gonna be the strongest person, and I mean, I know that. I try to, put on some weight, and I've been working hard in the weight room, and obviously there's some limits to that and what I can do, obviously being in a season, but over the course of the last 3 weeks or so, we've all been going pretty hard in the weight room. I haven't been very happy with our strength coach. I've been very sore, and it's been hard to shoot some days, but I think it's definitely going to help me down the stretch to have that extra little muscle. Whether I actually have it or not, we don't really know. But yeah, that's definitely something I'll continue to focus on, but more than anything, like, I never want to lose my speed. I like being fast and sprinting.
Then, what was it like teaming up with these players you haven't gotten a chance? You've only faced players like Angel Reese and seeing you out there with Enrique and all that.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I thought we came in here and we competed hard. That was the thing. Like, we knew they were going to want to win, so we came out with the same mindset of wanting to win. I think we were down 2 at halftime, and I thought we started the third quarter really strong, and that's what kind of set the tone for that whole second half. And then never hurts when Enrique gets really hot like that. It's just kind of like give her the ball and let her do her thing. And it's probably the main reason we won was because of her. So shout out to Enrique. It was fun to watch. Like, that's exciting for me. Like, I haven't always been on that side of it where, you have a teammate that goes kind of crazy like that. So for me, like, on the bench, like, they tried to sub me in for her. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay over here on the bench. Let her do her thing. The sun, I mean, I'm still super pale. I'm still deprived of the sun, but I'm going to try to play more golf, honestly, over the break. I haven't been out there yet this year, so I got new clubs that I need to break in and see how they swing. So hopefully get out there later this week, honestly.
I believe Grace was a state champion in high school for golf. If you played with that.
Grace was?
Yeah.
What? Are we sure?
Have you played with anyone? Yeah.
Grace, you're a state champion golfer? Why did you hide that from me? She was on the team. They didn't.
Have you played with anyone on this team?
Honestly, I have not. I need to go. I know Lexi plays a little bit. Christy actually plays a little bit. Me and Christy probably go out there at some point. See if she can swing a golf club. I don't know. But I think a decent amount of people probably play. We can get them into it. We probably need to get some people out there. I want to see like AB swing a golf club. I feel like that's
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah.
If you could pick any teammate to partner with in karaoke, which teammate would it be and what song would you perform?
Do you want to be partners?
Yes.
Okay, me and Aaliyah. What song do you want to perform?
High School Musical soundtrack.
Yeah, High School Musical. That's
that.
what we're going with. Or some JB.
I work with that. Yeah, I committed to South Carolina. A big reason was because of Asia and the talent that she has. And I think to be a part of that is exciting because Gamecock women's basketball is on the rise. I mean, what Coach Staley does at South Carolina is undeniable. I mean, she just creates pros. And so to see us many pros throughout this weekend, just in the league, dominating each and every night, I mean, that's what you want to see. And recruits, take notes. Go Gamecocks.
Go Hawkeyes.
Aaliyah,
Gamecocks.
thank you.
Go Hawkeyes. She doesn't have a mic anymore.
Hey, Caitlin, Josh Weinfuss, ESPN. You talked earlier about how you've been playing for about a year straight. So can you put into perspective, how tired are you? And on top
She
of that,
doesn't get tired.
You see the way I run? I
She
just
doesn't
sprint
get
all the
tired.
time.
All the time.
Sprint. I sprint everywhere. I sprint in my apartment. I sprint. I just sprint. Love sprinting.
And then not making the national team, obviously you wanted to, but is it a blessing in disguise at all to give you some time off?
Or Kate, Kelsey, AB. Or like so.
She's so humble, isn't she?
Well, I don't know what to
Well, let
say.
me tell
Like,
ya.
I mean, it's great. I
That's
don't
pretty
know.
cool, Caitlin.
Again, I'm kind of late to the party here, so I apologize if this has been asked 100 times already, but when did you sign your first autograph? And does that ever get tiring?
It never gets tiring. I don't think that's anything that you ever take for granted. I think like the first autograph I signed that somebody like actually wanted my autograph, not me practicing my autograph, was like in high school, probably a couple in high school. But then in college, that's probably when it started to actually like pick up.
Caitlin, you went down earlier. Talk to us about that moment for you, and then fighting through that to get back into the game.
Yeah, I saw the replay. I look really soft. It wasn't that bad of a turn, but it hurt. So sometimes you just need a second to to give yourself a second. If you ever sprain your ankle, it just kind of stings for a little bit. So I was good. They're like, "You want to go in the back?" I'm like, "No, please, just tape right here. Let's go. We gotta keep going. Get on with the game." But I've done it a few times, so it is what it is. You're not a real basketball player if you haven't sprained your ankles a bunch. That's when you know.
Caitlin and Kelsey, you haven't played at full game speed for a month. I mean, how tough was that? How much of an adjustment was that?
I called for a sub 6 minutes in. I mean, honest, I was like, holy cow. I think it was like around 7 minutes in, I called for a sub. I was like, I need a quick minute here because we were playing fast and like, then my defense isn't as good. So it's kind of a liability for my team. So just got to get a second to breathe. So, but yeah, I mean, getting back in game shape has been, I think, pretty easy. I mean, we've been competing really hard in practice and playing versus our guys live. We've had refs come in basically, I think, 5 to 7 different times, and we've been playing live. We've just been scrimmaging, and that's the best way to stay in basketball shape is just play live basketball. But obviously, it's gonna be really hard to replicate a real game. So it felt good to get back out there.
You came close to the WNBA All-Star assist record, and you mentioned on the broadcast that you and Sue were talking a little bit. Can you give us any insight as to what was being said between you two?
That's Sue's record. Can't take that from her. That's my homie. So, but no, I mean, we were just playing hard. I don't know, like there was a couple times, especially with AB, like you can still just see our connection, even though we're not with the whole Fever team. Like we still have that connection. And then John Quell ran well in transition. So it was just fun. Like I was just trying to push the pace, get the ball out, even on their made baskets and go. Like that's just what I do. Like I try to push the pace for everybody. And I think at times that led to really good offense for us. But yeah, that's all Sue. So let her have that.
Keep that door open.
Caitlin, you passed for a second time now. It's rookie season.
Yeah.
And you do it in Minneapolis where you obviously have a lot of fond memories here. What does that mean to you? Does that add any sort of sentimental value to do that in this building?
Not really. Probably something I won't remember. I don't know. It's cool. Yep. You are so funny, girl.
Kids make a lot of signs for you. Do you have the most memorable sign you've ever seen somebody make?
Gosh, that's a memorable sign. That's tough.
There's the Canada one when we were in.
Yeah, the signs were like they're really from like really far places. I think those are cool. Like seeing how far people travel to come in and support our team is really special.
Make up, Tony.
I like 4 quarters. 3 quarters. That's all I got.
No, I mean, they're really good. They have plenty of talent on that team. And like, I mean, it was the same, I think 4 years prior, I'm pretty sure the team WNBA beat Team USA. They were perfectly fine in the Olympics. Like, I think if anything, it shows how good this league is. Like, it shows how much talent is in this league and how you have to show up and prepare every single night because there's a lot of players that aren't even here on All-Star Weekend that can, be here and be in these moments too. It just shows the amount of talent that we have. And there's even so much more talent that's not even in our league because there's only 12 teams. There's less than 144 spots. So, they could have picked any combination of 12 players and probably been really, really successful. So I think for myself, from my standpoint is like, this is a great opportunity to, help prepare them for Paris. And, I'm going to be supporting them and cheering them on. Like, I love the Olympics. I've loved the Olympics ever since I was a young kid. And they're going to be just fine. They're going to win gold and dominate. So I'm not worried.
Caitlin, after giving the West Pataskos Windy City Skyscrapers Friday night, what was the biggest wing thing you expected to find today in the shindig against these Dynamos from Big D?
Next question.
I think that we had a lot of experience throughout the course of our first couple, 12 games of Connecticut and New York and teams like that. So we've already experienced what it felt like to lose and have to battle. And
Ty was joking how he was kind of the mayor of All-Star Weekend. What do you kind of expect to carry that torch for next year?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, I'll be hiding. I'm just happy I'll be able to sleep in my own bed. If I'm lucky enough to be an all-star again, I would just not have to sleep in a hotel room, not have to travel. I think that's what I'm most excited about. But honestly, like, I'm really happy for our organization and our franchise and the city of Indianapolis. Like, I think it's a testament how they've supported us to begin the year and the first 26 games. We've had a ton of fans on the road, had a ton of fans every single game at home. It's been sold out. You can just feel the buzz and excitement. So I don't think there was a better place for the All-Star game to go next year. I think everybody knew that. So I know they're going to do everything they can to make this All-Star the best there has ever been in WNBA history. And I don't think, I think that's something that is easily going to be accomplished because they're going to spend a lot of time and resources into making it special, not only for the athletes that are chosen to, represent their franchises, but for the city that has given so much and our fans that have given a lot. And, I'm excited even though it's a year away. I'm sure my family's already planning. Who knows? I'll be here one way or another, whether I'm there or not. I guess I live a minute away. I could walk here, so. It makes me really happy. And some of those stats are really funny, like hot dog sales and Freddie appearance, people wanting Freddie to come and show up at whatever it is. I mean, we might have to get more Freddies, I guess, honestly. I don't know how many. There's a mini Freddie. I like mini Freddie. Mini Freddie just shows up randomly every 10 games. It's like, you never know when he might show up, and then mini Freddie is suddenly on the court for a game. So maybe he'll be there tonight. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, I agree with Kelsey. It's been since 2016 since the Fever had beat. 2021. Sorry, not 2016. What happened in 2016?
Four for 20.
Last time I met 12.
Oh yeah, 4 for 20. A lot happened in 2016. I was 14, but anyway, I think it's a big win for us.
I think me and Angel would both give you the same answer. Like, you don't wake up and think about individual awards. I know that's what all of you think we do. I know we don't. Like, that's what everybody wants to make this about. But like, we both of our teams are competing for playoff spots. Like, that's our main focus. That's a selfish thing to just care about an individual award. And she would give you the same exact answer. I'm sure she has given you the same exact answer. So for us, like, everybody can write that, but our focus is on winning basketball games. It's simple as that. Like, it's winning basketball games. And that was the same story for us when we were in college. Like, if you're playing basketball to win individual awards, no matter what level you're at, you're doing it wrong. And that's not fun. And that's not being a good teammate. Well, I honestly can't wait to not touch a basketball for a while. Oh my God, I think I've shot too many times in the past year.
What kind of clubs did you get? Do you know?
Well, I have like a lot of clubs. I have some Callaways I play. I just got some new ones. They're at Smump and Smoke. Are those Callaways too? I don't know. I think I play mostly Callaways. I have a Bettinardi putter. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. I have nice clubs. I have a lot of clubs. I actually give all my clubs I get rid of to my dad. So he goes and uses them for me. So
did you get into it because of your dad or your brothers? Or
yeah, definitely my dad. I remember, well, for one of my birthdays when I was a young kid, I like wanted a set of golf clubs. It's super random. So I got like a pink bag and pink golf clubs. They were like obviously super cheap and horrible, but like I would beg my dad, like whenever on the rare weekend I didn't have like a soccer tournament or softball or basketball, like I would beg my dad to take me golfing. We would go golfing together. And then my older brother's really into golf too. So we play as much as we can. And then honestly in college, like a lot of my teammates played, a lot of our coaches played, our managers played. So like I would go play Twilight golf like every day in the summer. It was a lot of fun, and the sun would be going down. I would be playing until you couldn't see your ball anymore, and then I'd drive to the clubhouse. So I definitely missed that a lot.
Watching the Olympics? Do you have a chance to lay on the couch and watch some Olympics?
Yeah,
enjoy that?
I've watched a good amount of it. I watched USA Women yesterday. That was fun. I watched USA Men. I try to watch as much as I can. Obviously, the perfect time is during practice with the time change in Paris. So Maybe Christy should cancel practice so I can watch more of the Olympics.
Are you bummed you're not there?
Thank you. I would say that's kind of my role.
So respectful.
That's kind of, a reason that I'm out there is to try to make an impact defensively. And I know I was undersized going against DB. And so trying to just be as active as I could, get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of that. Caitlin? Yeah. What we doing?
Oh, Lex.
We go with Keem, then we go with
This one's for Kelsey. Just kind of following up on the physicality of this game, there was some chippiness there as well, especially early. Melissa took that shot to the face, but how does it feel that the way you guys responded and obviously came out on top? And do you feel like this was a playoff type game, playoff atmosphere, playoff basketball?
I definitely do feel like it was a really attached.
I think honestly, obviously just the offensive side, like that's pretty simple. But also like she was a really good defender. Like she just had a very complete game. Obviously, I didn't take the defensive mindset from Maya. I don't really have that, but but I think like just the passion and the joy that you could always see her play with. Like she always had a smile. She was competitive. She was fiery, but she was just a solid basketball player. And then obviously like a solid individual. And like you didn't even have to know her on a personal level to be able to understand that. And I think that's like the main reasons of why like I loved her so much. Yeah, I think it was my first WNBA game. I believe they were playing the Storm at the time. So like Sue Bird, I believe Lauren Jackson was on the team at the time, and there was some sort of like promotional thing going on where you were able to stay after and listen to the team have like some sort of Q&A. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was a part of it, and I don't think I was like necessarily supposed to be there. My dad had like called the ticket office. Like, if you know my dad, like he does everything last minute. So we like drove up to Minnesota, like got to the hotel, and then he decided to buy tickets to the game. And like the person at the box office was like, yeah, like, do you want to come and watch like court time, like where you can't really get in unless you have like a special pass, like where you're working out right now. And so like I remember I was sitting courtside and got to watch all the players work out, and I took a picture with some of the players. So that was really cool for me. And then after the game, I got to stay and listen to a Q&A, and I didn't have a Sharpie. And obviously I was at the age where I didn't have a phone, and I kind of just ran away from my dad because I wanted to meet the players, and I like just ran up to her and I just gave her a hug. So like, there's no documentation of that moment, but like, obviously in my brain, like that was one of the most pivotal moments of like my and probably entire basketball career. And obviously as a young girl and loving sports, like that meant the world to me. But yeah, I didn't get an autograph. I didn't get a picture. I got a hug, which is probably a lot better than, both of those. So it's pretty special.
Yeah, I think, we're taking every game as it comes one at a time, and to get a win tonight, I think, some people might have counted this game off for us, but I know we came in really motivated, really excited, and believing that we could get the dub, and just really proud of how our group kind of stayed together throughout all 4 quarters.
Go. Brad, then we'll go Scott.
Got to Lexi first. We talked earlier today about kind of minutes and moments.
Here in August, and on that night, they'll retire Maya Moore's number. You talked about how much Maya has meant to you just as a hero, a mentor, whatever. How exciting would that be for you to have a role to play on that night?
Yeah, I was super excited when I saw that was the game they were going to do it at. And like, she deserves it. I know the fans will be absolutely incredible. And if you would have told me that, like, as a young kid, I would be playing in the game that her jersey gets retired at, like, it's very, like, kind of full circle for me too. Like, she was my favorite player ever growing up, and that was who like I loved watching. And I still like think of her as like she's like my LeBron James as a kid. So to just be in the building that night and say I got to play in that game is super cool.
Do you remember watching her win that game against Indiana in game 2015?
You're gonna get Lynn Dunn's not gonna be happy if I answer that question. Oh gosh, I was still pretty young. I want to say I was in like, I don't know, I might have been like 12 maybe at the time, 11-ish. I want to say I was like 5th grade. So however old you are then, I don't know how that all works. But yeah, it was my first ever WNBA game. And like, honestly, my dad, like I remember being at the hotel and I was swimming in the pool, and my dad like called the ticket office to get tickets to the game, because we drove up here and didn't have any. And the guy that was working at the ticket office was like, yeah, like, does she want to come and watch shoot around and like, or work court times where like players are working out before the game? And I remember I got to sit courtside and watch all of that. So whoever that guy was, like, you're a hero, you're you're heaven sent in my life. I don't know if you still, I don't even know who you are. I don't know if you still work for the Lynx and the Wolves, but I remember like Lindsay Whalen came over, Simone Augustus came over. I remember meeting them very vividly. So like obviously a very, special memory in my entire basketball career.
You set the assist record here right before the break. You said you have a tendency to overpass. When you look back at the film, did you overpass in that game or not?
Honestly, I still felt like there was at times with the way they guard ball screens, a lot of their back and drop coverage where I could have came off and been a little more aggressive. And I honestly didn't shoot it here well that game. So I felt like I kind of shied away from a few shots I probably could have taken. But at the same time, like I was doing a good job of getting my teammates good looks. I had 19 assists or whatever. So I think the coaches always just challenge me to stay aggressive and take shots. And people probably think that's funny now, especially when I was in college. Like that was never a problem. But honestly, like I just love passing the ball. Like sometimes, like I know how good our team is. I know how good Kels is in AB, and especially me running the floor. Like my eyes are always on our post players, and wanting to set them up first, and then getting to play with Kels. Like you always have to be on the lookout for her because she's just so good. I mean, she's shooting at such a high clip. So I think it's taking the shots that are good for the team. Those are the ones that the coaches challenge me. Like you can't pass those up. If this is a good shot for the team, you have to take that. But I don't think I overpassed it. I think it did pretty well for us. Our defense was just really bad. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I definitely haven't shot it to the best of my capabilities this year. But I feel like I've had a lot of tough rolls. Like my shot feels really good and you go back and watch it and it's not anything mechanically that seems different. I think I'm definitely taking harder shots. I'm contested pretty well on a lot of shots and I honestly make a lot of the harder ones and miss the easier ones. So I'm not always used to being wide open sometimes when I have catch and shoot threes and stuff like that. So I think it's just, continuing to take the ones that are good. And, last game I had a great shooting game and, that's just how it goes when you're a shooter. Some games you're going to get hot, some games you're not. You're going to be cold for a few games in a row, then you'll get really hot. That's just how it works. And I think it'll definitely come around to where I can get on a little hot streak. So.
All right.
Are you new arm looking
Right.
up with your pass?
With my passes?
Yeah.
Yeah.